But many African Americans, I think their Americanness gets in the way of, better relationships with diaspora. Beyond that, there is a kind of a fascination almost, because Mexicans, black Mexicans, is very good at selling itself,
right,
culturally,
right,
and so good that they've kept it a secret. That no one knows that you have black Mexicans. So there's that surprise factor. Many of the universities that come here to initiate projects, I think they know it, and they that's another sign that they're more American than anything else. Many of the projects that the State Department, etc., pushes is going the direction of black institutions in the United States beefing up their curriculum, their cultural diversity, knowledge, etc., to teach there. So they come and do the research, but nothing comes back. And in the research, there's no partnership. We talk of research here, we talk of a folk research center where it is ordinary black people from the villages who've never been to universities, who could perhaps not use properly a tape recorder or machine. They're the ones who are recording their own history. When you have that parity, that partnership in, the true partnership in the diaspora dialogue, I think you'd have some.
In the 40s, people of African descent were rediscovered in this region. Since that time, domestic and international studies on the African heritage of Mexicans have developed. In the beginning, an important part of these studies were done by outsiders, quote unquote, Mexicans who did not recognize their African heritage, or people who were not Mexicans, and were Eurocentric, mainly following Ortiz, Herskowitz, Nina Rodriguez, and Aguirre's views and their findings. The voices of Mexicans of African descent were either left out or were passed as mestizo voices, as is the case of Morelos, Guerrero, and Riva Palacio, among others. I'm not saying that they were saying they were mestizo. They knew exactly who they were, but they were advocating for something that did not happen. The people who remained in power took these views and turned them around, invented a different thing. However, through the years, many researchers have come to see you. What are your views on the work that has been done?
Not enough has come out of it to benefit us. In fact, we are worried, and quite a few of us expressed that view during the last encuentro, that, we just giving out information. We have a few moments of celebrity when someone comes to ask us a question, but we're becoming a bit tired of this, because the information is taken, it's published somewhere, somebody becomes famous, doesn't make any difference at all to them. So I'd say my first thing is that there's not enough commitment on the part of the people. The people at, whether it's the people from Morehouse, whether it's people from Jackson State, whether it's the people from Tougaloo, whether it's the people from anywhere, there's not, in their scheme of things, in their way of doing things, it's all for us. There's a kind of powerlessness, a power ratio, which is determinative here. Secondly, I would say that even so, we have not been quick enough, intelligent enough to take advantage of the small opportunities that are presented in this dialogue. Mexico Negro as an organization does not have that kind of organizational know-how, strength, contacts to be able to do things. And sometimes it's simply a question of writing a letter. I was in New York in February, And up to now, I have not replied to a center, a graphic arts center that are interested in bringing more students, because I cannot get a consensus from the students here. And I just don't want to stick my neck out too far and afterwards, come up with a disappointment. So and we also have some contacts with some other people in New York who want to come, but I don't want it to be my decision. I told Rodolfo and Juan, Presidente Mexicano, that listen, there are 4 posts here, 3 posts related to this project. 1, the coordinator of the project. 2nd, director of the project. The 3rd, the person who is responsible for communication with the Ford Foundation. I am not interested. I am not going to be the coordinator, nor the director of the project. You will do that. If you like, I can, maintain the contact with Ford to develop that organizational skill, which would allow us to take advantage of these things. And the 3rd thing I'd mention here is that that a dialogue can only be fruitful if they come from, if they're supported by a clear vision of what one wants and of, where one should go. And to the extent to which we do not, for internal reasons, Black Mexicans, where do they fit in the cultural, the political, the social map of Mexico? Now, many of these contacts and projects could help us to do that, but they will suffer a bit to the extent that we do not as yet have this vision of ourselves and this vision of the future, which are essential to any useful dialogue. We're getting there. We know that we're getting there.
En los cerros nacen tuna, en los planes chicayote, en los cerros nacen tuna, en los planes chicayote, en las cabeceras viejas se cagan los opilotes. San Marqueña de mi vida, San Marqueña de mi amor. Ahí le va la despedida, ¿cómo mano? Palo de loja morada, ahí le va la despedida, palo de loja morada. A las muchachas un beso, a las viejas un patal.